Wife's still cleaning up. It's Sunday morning. We'll be going home here in just a little bit. We're at Willow Grove Campground, Allons, Tennessee. Allons. Really nice campground. Have to say, if you go to a campground and you just want to go there and stay at the campground and not go anywhere else, this is a great one. It's a pain to get here. Lots of back roads, lots of curvy roads, some narrow bridges, some different stuff to get here, but once you get here, you're rewarded with a really nice setup. Sorry, somebody's freaking out over there, looks like. Great setup. So I guess they had done some refurbishment, so when we got here, we had a brand new electrical pedestal, we had brand new water, and everything. This is their opening weekend, so of course the water's full of rust, and they had a few issues with power elsewhere. Ours was good, everything checked out, we hooked up, no problem. Weather, we got a little bit of weather overnight, Friday night. Yesterday was almost perfect. We're on top of the hill, so we did have quite a bit of wind all day yesterday. But what's really great is there are some old tent sites, I guess, that were these. And a matter of fact, it's even still labeled on the side of it, 37, down the hill from this one. And when you get down there on that bottom part, the wind was pretty calm. We were actually able to go down, play some games, and enjoy ourselves, and had a beer or four. Can't say enough about the campground. Again, it really is immaculate, cut, manicured. But again, this is their opening weekend, so I don't know how they maintain it throughout the year. Now, when you go to Willow Grove, there is one. You come to a T. There's actually a fork, and there's a restaurant there that used to be called Fork in the Road, and it has a big fork on the side of it. If you go right, it takes you to Lillydale Campground. If you go left, it takes you to Willow Grove, where we're at now. Now, we have camped at Lillydale, and I will say that I don't feel there was much comparison. Willow Grove is a much nicer campground. Again, that's an opinion. You guys take that for what it's worth. Lots of nice sites here where we're at. We're on site 30. We're on site 37. There's one site beside of us, and then there's two sites kind of over next to us, 38 and I think 40. Kind of right next to each other, but there's kind of a green space between here and where it drops off to the lake. Great view. Matter of fact, if you look both directions, if that camper ever went in a camper across from us, I'd be able to see water in any direction I looked. Again, this is a great one. We'll do a quick ride around the campground itself. There is a camp store down at the marina. There's actually a pretty nice marina. They say there's a restaurant down there. It looks like it has pretty good reviews. I would say it's probably top notch. They do rent boats down here too. Now, I don't think you can walk to the marina easily from the campsite. I think it's actually got to go back to the road, and then it cuts out onto another point. So you'd have to cross through the woods, and quite a bit of waterway there. But they do rent pontoons and things like that. And there's the beach area down here, and it was a lot of wind, like I said yesterday. And when we looked at it, looks like the area that's roped off, maybe one of the anchors in the ground came loose, so it was way in and kind of narrowed up. So maybe that's something they need to fix at some point. But it was a really nice beach area. Dale Hollow's a fairly clean lake, so it's one I wouldn't have a problem going in anyway. But like I said, there's not much else around. So no breweries this week, unfortunately. We had a few really good beers yesterday. I'll tell you what, I had a Evil Twin. Our most popular IPA is the name of it, and it is phenomenal. Some Founders Mortal Bloom, another one that's just phenomenal beer. And I had some Dogfish Head Grateful IPA or some. It's a hazy, and it's probably one of my favorite. It's a fairly low ABV, so it's a drinkable kind of a set and crush it beer. And there was a few others, you know, that mixed in. I like to have a plethora of those trials. Got some geese right here beside me. So guys, hopefully this helps you out. But as always, I appreciate the subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Give me a like. Give me a comment. Tell me where to camp next. So, quick start out here. We're going to go drive down to the marina. At least give you a line of sight of everything down there. You know, you're going to pull up. And there's some cabins and stuff out to the right. You'll see the marina straight ahead in front of us. Lots of boat storage there. I mean, you can kind of look around as we drive through and see it. It's pretty typical of everything. And there's, I think, the big ice machine they've got there. And boat slips all over the place, about as far as you can see. So there's a ton of boating in this lake. I mean, this is just one marina, and they're everywhere. And every one of them is the same. They're kind of, nothing's really close to anything major. Dale Hollow is kind of a lake in the middle of nowhere. And that's a good thing in a lot of ways. So we're going to start in the campground here. Go ahead and drive through. You can see there's the host site. We'll start, this is number 1. I think it goes down through 16. I'm not sure that there's really a bad site in the whole campground. Like I said, the campground itself is pretty phenomenal. Most of the sites are level. I didn't see anything. I mean, side to side, we were almost dead on when we pulled in, and not a whole lot, you know, of out of level with the front to back. So you can see there's a few sites down in the bottom. These are probably I would probably say these are some of the worst sites that I saw, but again, and they seem to be just fine. Trash dumpster there. Again, a few more sites. Kind of these down in the bottom I kind of like pretty well. There's another bathhouse right there too. Yeah, these sites, these couple here are decent. When we get up here to, I think, to site 13, 14, and 15, this is 13 here. On my right, gets a big cedar, and then see to walk down to the lake, and then 14. I think that was my wife's favorite. And 16 now. This one's got some sun, but it's morning sun on the back side of it, and you get little trees on the front, so still not too bad. And again, even up on the hill here, you still got a nice view of the lake. Real nice looking sights. And there you go. So that was 1 through 16. All right, you can see 17 in front of us. It was a Sunday morning. It wasn't really a busy weekend. Like I said, I'm sure this next weekend, Memorial Day, which I'm sure it will be completely full. They said they were actually quite a bit busier than they normally are because, well, you know, a lot of the Kentucky parks still have some flooding, so people would normally go into Bailey's or Nolin, and they aren't able to. So they're going to Dale Hollow or Willow Grove. Another bathhouse up here as you go up. Now, off to the right, there's some sites. Now, these are full sun, but I mean, still there's some shade behind them.
see there, we're going to start at 33 right here. I think that's actually 35, and there's our site off to the right here, 37. There's some guy, you know, just waving. That guy. Now, up in this little cul-de-sac here, there are a ton of great sites. See right here is where we're at. We didn't go up in there. I'm not sure why, but enjoy the view as we drive past it. And I'm getting a look from my wife because she was driving as I was filming. Some tent sites up here along this other side. Again, the beach is right down on the right of here. Go up a little further, you'll see on the left there's a new bathhouse that they've built, and then down on the bottom is their boat launch and kind of a parking area for that. So there's a little dock out in the river. So they've actually got a dock area that you can pull your boat up to. And this is the road that goes back to the marina. So if you go down to the bottom, you can actually walk that road up. Around, there's some parking here again. There's some tent sites. Another, and then the dump station will be off to my right. This will be the road back out. We're going to take this left. Again, this will be a few more sites that go across the top of the hill. Not really a bad site in the place. And like I said, everything was spread out and just as it's really one of the better maintained parks I've been in. Can't really say anything bad about this park. It's a great weekend. It's a great campground. Just remember to bring what you need. Well, I hope you enjoyed the drive-through. I hope you'll hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell and leave me a comment below. Thanks for watching.